playing more of Minecraft in creative mode, and had to put some mood lighting, work lighting in, because now we're going to actually start putting in some rooms. So this is all going to be temporary lighting until I figure out what my lighting scheme is actually going to be. But what I'm doing now is I've done a little thinking about what I'm going to do for the first few floors, and we're going to start working on those first few floors. So first thing I do is I got to lay down the ground for the floor for the next floor, and then I can start planning stairs and all that kind of stuff after the fact. I'd rather kind of work my way up to that instead of kind of panicking or rushing my way through it. Okay, so first thing I gotta do is gotta count my floors. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. See, the only disadvantage here is it's hard to count blocks when all the blocks look the same. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna cheat a little bit. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alright, so that is officially 10 blocks up. Alright, is that really high? You know what? I may not have it that high. Okay. So we're only going to go 8 blocks up. Alright. So now what I gotta do is I gotta decide on a material for my floor. And I'm kind of partial to having a wooden floor. Mostly because of what's going to go in there. So I think I'm gonna grab this, replace this bucket. I'm gonna put some spruce in. So I'm gonna take that out. So as I work my way up, lighting is obviously going to become an issue. So yeah, more temporary lighting as I go up. Because as you can see, now that I've capped off, other than the fact that it hasn't actually caught up to how far up the tower is, it hasn't put any of the, it's not going to light up there. It's just smart enough to know, oh hey, there's actually something up there, so we can't actually show you any light. Okay. To kind of have a good level here, I can just throw blocks down. Because I'm going to put in my stairs and all that kind of stuff after. Right now my only focus is to lay down the floor. And then I can kind of work from there. I can put a hole in as I need. As long as I don't bury myself in it. Just trying to rapidly, semi-rapidly fill in this floor. I can start planning stairs and stuff. That's the advantage of doing this in creative. It's like I can kind of work in a weird, rhythm. Where obviously, if I was doing this in survival, I'd have to be a little bit more conscientious. I'm not even bother trying to say it. I gotta be more aware of what I want to do. Because I have to take into account that I'd have to build stairs first, and then build my floor, and so on and so forth, depending on how I built my tower. If I built it level by level, which can get really hard to do, I find at least, just because trying to visualize it when you don't have a final shape can get a little daunting. Whereas because I've got my final shape, I can actually I can better plan my floors because I already know what my final shape and dimensions of my tower are. So then accessorizing inside is a whole lot easier, and it kind of makes sense from an architectural standpoint. Know the space you got to work with before you try to put stuff in the space. Now, if only most engineers that I've had to work with did think like that, we might be doing okay on some of the projects I've done. But that's neither here nor there, and that's just me taking a bit of a shot at some engineers. So anybody out there that is an engineer, I don't hold anything against you. I really don't. But having been a tradesman, well, you know how it is. Alright, so yeah, here we are finishing up the floor. Now, I don't want to get too rambunctiously ambitious on the on what I want to build up here, because I need to figure out how I'm going to get up there. So I need to build a staircase or staircases that will allow me to get up here. Alright. And I already have heights on the next level, so I'm actually just going to set that one up really quickly so that I'm a little ahead of myself, and I've already got some floors laid out. So that one just needs to be there. Okay, so that one is there. I'm going to throw some lights in above, just so that way I can see and work as I go. Because then I'm gonna bash a hole in my floor and head down, and whoops. So maybe just leave myself a space and go from there. And there. Alright, let's go this all the way across. Okay, this was definitely more efficient than the way I was trying to do it. Okay. So one of the things I'm going to have to deal with is actually my own personal aesthetics for trying to make it a little roundish as best I can with blocks. Because now I've got to figure out how I'm going to put in my stairs and how I want them to look. If I want them to go around the tower. Yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those. I'm going to have to deal with that at some point. So that gives me an idea how at least probably these two floors are going to look, because all the stairs are going to depend on what's going up above and what they're going to look like here. So, you know, yeah. So there's going to be a bit of improvisation on my part on getting this to look the way I want. Okay, let's blow those up there. And then we're going to go right here. Whoops. And there. Just needed to see where the level was. And then I can just go across like so. So we'll throw all these blocks up in. And we'll be... Ooh, excuse me. And there. And voila. Okay, so those two floors have been laid out. I now have the first couple of floors actually prepped and ready to go. I know what these ones are going to be, and I'll show you guys shortly here. Jump through the floor. Okay, put that back. Fall through that one. Okay. So step one, the entryway here has got a... Well, I'm going to take these blocks out. So this is going to be the front entryway. What I'm going to do down here, I haven't really decided yet. This is still something that's a work in progress, so if there's any suggestions for what I can do to add to the aesthetics down here, let me know. But for now, I need stairs. So, don't know if I want to go with quartz or if I want to look at another material. Let's go take a look at other materials. Now, obviously, anything I can slab, like these guys I can use, but most of those already come in stairs well. So I kind of get the best of both worlds here. So the slabs are a little bit easier to work with for construction, so if I can do it that way, I may want to. Alright, so let's take a look here. Oh, I'm almost thinking the quartz is still going to be the way to go here. I really do. Or sandstone, I don't know. I'm trying to decide how I want that to look. I know it's going to be probably wood upstairs on the next two floors, or going to the next two floors. But this one, let's grab some quartz slab. What we're going to do is we're going to start building a staircase here. Mostly just need to get to there. Okay. So now once I place that, I can do it this way. Oops. There we go. So I don't want it quite at the wall, admittedly. The only dilemma, obviously, is if you, depending how big your room is or how high your room is, that determines how much you need for stair and stair space to be able to go up via stairs if you're not going to just cheat and put a ladder straight up. And then once you start getting into the finer details of where your stairwell is starting to be built up, you need to start dealing with, now you've got to free up ceiling tiles, because you need room to be able to climb. Like so, see? So now I know I have to take out these 2 blocks, and then basically go from there. So now I can see where I can go. And I'm going to quickly step off the platform here. So I'm going to go there to do that. Place that first piece there. The good thing about that is now that that's placed, that's ready to go. Voila. So here's our first stairwell. So I'll probably gussy it up a bit more. So it's accelerated. Okay. I don't think I wanted to place it there, but you know what, we're gonna move it. Okay. So it does take up a fair chunk of our floor, which is a bit of a dilemma, but not enough of a deal-breaking dilemma. Okay, so now the next thing I need to do is I want to plan ahead. I'm going to start putting in my next set of stairs. So, slabs, which is alright. So now, I'll look our next set of stairs. Okay, good. I took off just that slab piece. Okay, so that's actually going to go up and around itself. And it's going to have to... Okay. There. Knock that slab out. Okay, and then we gotta get back up here, and there. Okay, so this one is now up. Okay, so we have our stairwell going up to this point. So we've got our first 2 main levels plus the entryway planned out. Oh, I gotta turn off floating. Okay. So now that those are built, that gives me a bit of room to kind of go, okay, what am I going to do with this? So I already know what I'm doing with these 2 levels. So the only thing I want to do is I want to toss in my ceiling above this one. Just because if I do that, it gives me my height. 1, 2. There we go. Okay. So we're going to quickly throw in this ceiling, and then we will work on our next, on actually filling these rooms. Because I'm going to try to build up each room, or each of the series of floors, if they match theme, as I go. Otherwise, you guys are going to be sitting here watching me build up floors, and there's a lot of floors that can be put into this building. I'm just trying to run some calculations of if I made it X high now, and how many rooms I could have, and we're looking at close to probably, once I'm done, about 20 floors, give or take, depending on how big I make each floor once I'm done. So some of these floors aren't going to be super high, other ones are going to be higher, possibly depending on what I want to do with them. So, like I said, we're looking at somewhere between 15 to 20 floors, not including the very top one that I've already made. So there is a lot of tower to work with, and I still have to go and check the height on where or at least get some light up where I spread it out, because that's going to be a separate floor itself, and that's going to have a whole different look in it itself. So I want to get all that figured out, and then I can actually put that all up. Alright, but I'm going to keep putting in this floor, and I will see you guys again next time. Have fun, keep gaming.